Welcome, friends. I know this isn't going to be a video that's like insanely important to a lot of people, but it's something that I found fun, interesting, and exciting, and so I figured I'd do it real quick. So we got the challenge tier 3 for the Forest Moon. I was doing some testing on Christmas and figured this out when it was around on Christmas, and so I was like, hey, that makes it easy for me to finish it with 3 stars without any RNG or making me want to bash my head into a wall. So why not share it with everyone else? So yeah, you can finish tier 3 with full stars using this team right here, and there isn't a whole bunch of RNG or anything. It just takes a while. And so we're just going to walk through the strat real quick. It might take us, 1 or 2, maybe 3 times to get the RNG right just to get a turn. But honestly, you're just waiting for them to hit Imperial Super Commando, and then basically that's where all your turn meter comes from. And there we go, we have a turn. Like, it was that easy. So it didn't even have to wait very long. You could probably do this with Gear 12, honestly. But yeah, it's all you need is the Veers unique and the Piet unique, and then that's it for Zetas. And then beyond that, you just take this middle one and you're throwing it on Imperial Super Commando, not Dark Trooper, but Imperial Super Commando. And basically that makes it so everyone has to hit him, and because their kits only give turn meter to Imperial Troopers, these guys don't get any turn meters, so they don't take any turns. And so this guy's basically perma-taunting until the end of the encounter, and so all they can do is just hit him. And so at this point, I'm just going to basically spam basics, if I'm being honest. We'll hit some, AoE stuff. Now every time Piet hits a basic, he'll now call Imperial Super Commando, which will call Garsaxon to assist. And so you'll just build up the Emperor's Trap. If they take turns, it's never a big deal at all to you, because you're just like, oh yeah, there's my turn meter right back. And so you just keep going like this. Do not use his middle ability again on Piet. You want to save his middle ability as much as you can. And I'll show you why here in just a sec. Let's just finish this up. Let's get we got enough turn meter. We can do that. Finish off him if possible. Sweet. And keep going. Sure, why not? Okay, keep going. And keep going. Okay, so this is why you saved that middle ability, is because now you're in this next tier. What you're gonna want to do is get Veers a turn, because you killed someone at the end of the last round. You'll have turn meter for Veers already. You're gonna use that on Imperial Super Commando before any of them get a turn, and we're right back to the same little cheese. And so we can just, watch it go from here on out. And we're like, oh, we got enough turn meter to keep going. Well, let's kill another. Sweet. Well, we got enough turn meter to keep going. Let's see if we can't kill another. Oh, there they go. Let's see if we can't kill another. And you just kind of keep going like that. So you can't really put it on auto, just because you want to make sure that you're not accidentally hitting that middle ability on Piet, because you need to save it for each beginning of the round. But that's basically it. We'll kind of flash forward here for a second, and we'll show you guys kind of the scary parts of this event and what to avoid with this. But otherwise, the rest is kind of just smooth sailing and just watching them just run circles, and anytime they stop running circles, that happens. You're right back into running circles again. But yeah, I will see you guys at stage 4, which is like the mini boss round, and that's kind of where we start getting scary. So going into this the 4th round, this is where we got a guy that deals tons of damage, and so it's super important, obviously, to get your taunt on him, or whatever you want to call it, as fast as possible. And so that's what we're going to be focusing on doing, is getting that taunt up. But the thing is, with how their kit reads, as soon as they hit really low health, they get damage immunity, and these guys don't have a buffed spell. which means he'll just sit here in damage immunity, so it's going to get real scary real quickly. but it's not a big deal. See, right there, hits damage immunity, already healing up, and he's not going to take a turn anytime soon because he has to take 2 turns before he loses that damage immunity. And that can trigger on every single encounter. And so we don't actually have to worry too much about, you know, it being procced that often by people. Yeah, so you can see here, they're just sitting here doing basically nothing to me. And so I'm like, oh no. It does make it take a little longer during this phase specifically, because now he won't counterattack because he's not being dealt damage. But it's fine. We'll still get what turn meter we need to continue on in this whole shebang. All of a sudden, all of them are dead. We're just focusing down Tebow, and then, you know, we're done. And so it takes a little bit longer on this one, and it looks scary at first, but there's literally no actual danger during this. Just make sure you're not using the mark a second time, and you'll be fine. And just like that, you're done. That's all it takes. If you are worried at all about your turn meter, like obviously Piet right here might not get a turn before them, and you want to do that mark down, that's why we spam basics, because then we have a turn meter push right there where we can get some turn meter into him. So now for sure we will get the mark down, and at this point, rinse and repeat. Now we'll at this point it's going to be the same thing once again until we get to the boss round. So I will see you guys in the boss round. Okay, going into this boss round, you have to be careful because they have days on the team, and so you do have to kind of work quickly. Meaning that you kind of have to kill Ewok Elder and Logray, which can be difficult, especially if you didn't build up a lot of stacks in the previous round. So, you know, do what you can to try and get a turn and take down Logray. Luckily, you get Chirpa first, and so because Chirpa's going first, that allows you to kind of get another set of turns in before you have to kill everyone. Problem is you can get trapped behind Pablo. But honestly, I'd probably go for Logray first and just get rid of him as fast as you can, just to prevent him from being trapped behind the taunt. Especially if you can do what I just did, where, you know, you get that ability block, you're going to be doing fantastic. Make sure you get your mark down. We're finally getting turns for these guys after, you know, 8 rounds. Okay, gone. We're going to need to get rid of Ewok Elder. Getting stuck. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We already have the days gone, so we're kind of just running the same train we always have. This is where it gets a little messy, but we got to be careful with it and go for it. Okay, so at this point we get Logray back, which is fine because we still have the turn meter because we killed off Ewok Elder. So now we can just go all in on him. Should have no problem just based off of what we already have. So we're still doing good. And then at this point, we're in heavy cleanup territory. We're just, you know, at this point, they can't bring anyone back. And we're just killing off whoever we feel like is a threat first. And trying to take out whoever we didn't want to. Because at this point, they can't do anything. And just like that, I mean, they're gone. Poof, no more Ewoks. And you just 3-starred your event. Obviously, I can't rip off you know, relics off of characters to try this at Gear 12, but I would assume this would work at Gear 12 because, like, honestly, it's just your Imperial Super Commando has to be able to take a hit, and that's basically it. It'll just have a little bit more RNG at the start, but then after you start the first round and you get that mark on Imperial Super Commando, after that the RNG should be completely gone. But hopefully that helps a couple of you. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to, you know, if you like this kind of content, definitely hit that subscribe button, share with your friends. We're trying to hit a goal that our viewers have chosen of 2,500 subscribers by January. We're making progress, but we need a little bit of help to get there. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear what you guys use to do this challenge tier 3. You know, what you did to be able to do it without some RNG would be great. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.